the interesting. So welcome everybody and thank you for joining today. This is day 1 of 3 or 4 days, most likely 4 days, but let's just work with day by day. Today is about goals. I want to welcome you to Thinking into Results, welcome you to thinking big and really enjoying the information that we have on this material. If we haven't met, my name is Kamal. I am a student and teacher of the Law of Attraction. I've been studying Thinking into Results for some time now, and I've been enjoying it very, very much. And for the next few days, I'm going to share with you for 1 hour or so a day on how this works and what is it all about. But this is more about sharing with you so that you can finish the year strong and get into that next level very, very fast. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you following. If you're listening live, if you're listening to the replay, it's pretty cool. And if this resonates with you, I'm sure it's going to resonate with some other people in your life. So invite them and share with them. There is a link. If you are in my CRM somewhere, probably you have an actual Zoom video link, so you can be inside the Zoom. Otherwise, you're just watching this on the restream or inside the Facebook group or on my timeline. So I want to encourage you to get a piece of paper and a pen so you can write some things down. I always have a piece of paper and a pen, and you have like these notebooks where I write things in them because you're going to get some ideas. The idea today is not just to motivate you. The idea is to inspire you so that you can decide that there is a better way. There is a different way to grow. There's a different way to achieve the goals you want to achieve. You've probably been following me on either Facebook or LinkedIn or Clubhouse or some other space that I, add content and share. So I want to thank you for that. And if we have met on a call, on a coaching call of some sort, I appreciate it very, very much. Your time is valuable. So I want to make this very, very efficient and productive for you. So get a piece of paper and a pen and write a few things down. So I'm going to share my screen here. This way we have a better view of what I'm talking about and what's this idea about. So here's quickly a bit about me and who I am. So again, my name is Kamal, and I've been mentored by Bob Proctor, rest in peace, Bob. And mentored on what? Mentored on goal setting, mentored on shifting paradigms, and mentored on decision making. And all these are ideas that you probably have heard of it before if you've seen me. If not, the idea is to really set big goals. It is really to shift your income and shift your habits and shift your routine and start making good decisions. I remember very clearly when I started studying with Bob, that question that keeps coming up: what do you really want? What do you need to become so you can start having? And that's why I have it here on this first page. And this is in one of the Zoom sessions that I've had with Bob in one of the training sessions. And I'm just so grateful that I came across this material that has changed the course. So we're going to go, like I said, fairly fast, just because I want to make it productive for you. Because if this resonates with you, the easiest way to really get a hold of me and book an appointment, book a time, and so that we can really talk about what it is that you want to get out of this. But in general, on this success mission, on the strategy that we're going to put in place is to get you to move to that next level, to stop living paycheck to paycheck, to start having more money so that you can start really going in places and directions that you really want to go. So thinking into results is the vehicle, it's the system. Most people would ask, how do you do that? How do you do that? Like, how do you read a book and get them? Well, it is in studying, it is in thinking into results. So today I'm going to show you the vehicle that we use as to how you can really move your progress and speed it up. Everybody wants to know the how, and I get it. I was like that too. But first, we have to get clear on these goals that we want to achieve. We want to get clear on what's this $1 million mindset is about, and how you can start having more sales, more money, and a meaningful life, right? So now, how do we do it? Well, we do it through thinking into results. And this is basically the outline of thinking into results. You can see how it's the system. It's a 12-lesson-based system, systematically take you through a goal. And that goal could be a business, that goal could be a relationship, that goal could be a money. And as we dissect these goals, this is the system, it's the map. It's just like putting in a GPS. It's like when you want to go from one place to the other, the GPS tells you what to do every step of the way. So we're going to help you set a goal. We're going to help you really plug in what is that goal that you really want. We call it setting and achieving worthy goals. And then we're going to get you moving into action in lesson 2 very, very quickly. So I won't go into the detail into all these different lessons that we have here, but basically it's a 12 lesson system, thinking in results, that would take you from A to B. You are where you're at it now, and you want to go somewhere. How do you get there? What kind of $1 million mindset do you need? How kind of goal you want to set? What does this work for what? Right? So this is the vehicle. This is how we're gonna share with you. So I study these lessons, and my clients study these lessons on a regular basis, because studying is a big deal. And I'm not talking about math and science. I'm talking about studying some mindset material. All right. So thinking in results is the vehicle that's going to help you really achieve these goals, especially as we get to the middle of the course, middle of the material, where we start teaching you how to stop being scared and how you can, get through this terror barrier that when you're upgrading your goals, when you're really moving to that next level, and then how to become a leader. It's phenomenal material, and I like what I call it in some of the writing is it's a summary of 150 years of science and psychology, right? That's what it is. So a little bit about me, like what really happened. As I started studying, I started getting into this mentorship group where I'm with those who are earning quite a bit of income through coaching, through their businesses, through their digital economy. And it was because of this material that I achieved this kind of results. And I want you to have the same, right? I want you to have this kind of success. I want you to really reach. There's a lot of stuff out there. It's very, very noisy. But for you, we have to get you to get through the noise and really get to where you want to get. So when this is resonating with you, if it does, the idea is that for you to reach out and connect so that you can really start having. This is what happened to me a few years ago before I started studying this material with Bob. I was looking for more. I wanted to achieve more. And basically, I found what I was looking for. And I want you to have the same as well, right? So this is one slide that shows, there's hundreds of consultants out there, thousands of people coaching their material. And this is just one of the few things that I will share with you about that, look around before you go where you need to go. And this is a recent one where I became one of the top 10 activators in the coaching industry with Bob and his group. And I'm proud of it. And this is not to boast. This is to really show you that if I can do it, you can do it. Right? If I can study this material and really improve my life, my health, my success, you can do it too. So that's the idea. This is another slide that shows you that I've been in places now with Laura Langmeyer, where we teach how to, earn the money, how to keep the money, how to really start investing the money, and how to really do it with a team. As you start growing and learning what to do with these investment strategies, you have to know how to do it. You have to do it in a certain way, right? So think, act, and make money the way the wealthy do. So this is Laura Langmeyer. She's also my mentor. And interesting that Laura and Bob were both in the movie The Secret. And Bob mentored Laura, and now Laura mentored me on this business systems. So you could also see Sarah here, my daughter, as she was with me on some of these events, and she's doing her own thing as well. Again, this is to show you that if I can do it, you can do it. If my 21-year-old can do it, you can do it as well. So it's a beautiful thing that we have here, and I want you to really, really succeed. This is another screen where to show you that we're just speaking on stage in Reno, Nevada a few times now. This is here with Tom Ziegler, the son of Zig Ziglar, and this is with Glenn Morshower. He's an amazing individual, very, very accomplished actor and author, and he talks about mindset, and he's really a beautiful individual with his work and how he wants to help everybody around him. And that's the idea, is to help you, right? It's to help you. So again, this all happened in a span of a year. So when you're thinking to yourself, can I do this? And I know you can. How do I know you can? Because I've done it. My clients are doing it. And so I'll be showing you a few more things on these big ideas so that you can get the courage to step out and start moving in this direction, okay? Now, this is another picture on stage. This is with Kyle, Justin, and Adam. And just to show you that when we get together, when you start hanging around the right group, you will get to be where you want to be, right? Like in this book, Think and Grow Rich, one part of it is the mastermind and who you hang around, right? So when you start asking for more, you're going to reach more. That's how you ended up here today. This is no accident that you're actually listening to this, right? All right. I've also just excited to share with you that I'm now publishing this book about thinking into results. It's the lessons that I've learned from the material over the past couple of years, and it's readily available. So I'm a published author. Laura Langmeyer did the forward, and Raymond Aaron as well is a publisher. So pretty soon it's going to be on Amazon, but you can get the copy ahead of time right now. Go to Thinking into Result and get your copy and get an appointment, and you get a few extra things with the bundle on this pre-sale, because I want to help you. Somebody helped me, and now I want to help you. So it's a beautiful accomplishment to start on this journey 6 months ago, and now we have a book, and we're already working on the workbook as well. So again, this is to show you that if you have ideas in your mind, that you want to get them on paper, you want to write these things down. I'm so proud of this slide. This is one of my graphic designers did this for me. He goes, Kamal, what do you teach? What do you do and how you do it? And he came back with this, and I said, all right, cool, we'll use it. So if you look at this picture, this is how the elite people do it, right? This is, well, you know, picture of Andrew Carnegie all the way to Bob, right? Napoleon Hill mentored Earl, and Earl mentored Bob, and Bob mentored me. So the idea is to show you that you can have access to this information as well very, very quickly. This is the mental toolbox, thinking into results, that's going to help you achieve the level of success that you want to achieve. This is for you to start winning. So the idea is to put your picture here so you can have the system, you can have the success. And trust me, you do the work, you will get the results. This is using science and psychology. This is not just a maybe, this is not just another thing. This is the real deal. This is the best information on the planet. And it has changed my life, changed a lot of my clients' life. I'm 70 of them right now. And it's going to help you really become that next level. I'm just so forever grateful that it was a meeting like this one. I decided to study with Bob, and now I'm able to coach it, I'm able to teach it, and I'm sharing with you some of the best that we have in the world. Okay, let's see. Now, what is this about, right? So this is more about you, right? This is really about you achieving that next level. This is really about you figuring it out and putting some thoughts to the imagination, right? So that you can start seeing a better way to get that connection. We call it create your own economy. See, it doesn't matter what's happening out there right now, you know, with the interest rates, with the mortgage rates, with the recession, you can build your own economy. You can start imagining these things. And these are the ideas that we studied with Bob. So I have them here on the left, you know, from, 10 ideas. But I want you to decide that you can change your life by just an idea, if you start following some direction. Think about it, like, what does this really mean to you? When you start following direction to really improve, you can start changing quickly, right? You're gonna start learning how to tap into your imagination and how you can visualize these things. You know, they're the 12 lessons. I cannot share them with you in a matter of a week, but I'm going to share with you today on the goal part of it, all right? And you want to have an open mind when you're listening to this. If you have a closed mind, nothing's going to work. Because with a closed mind, it's like you're like closed up. So you want to have an open mind. If you want to have a better income, you're going to have an open mind. If you have a better relationship, you have to have an open mind. If you want to get this information to resonate with you, you have to have an open mind. So people need this level of attention and this kind of conversation so that you can expand, right? Expand your belief. For you to start manifesting more money and better jobs, you have to expand your belief. Your current beliefs are not helping you really grow, because if they were, you would be where you want to be, right? But if you're not and you want to manifest more, but more money, more income, more health, you have to drop down the guard and really allow this information to help you. You have to learn to change, right? We're living in unprecedented times, and it's really up to you to decide to change. I'm here to help you. My job is to be the guide along the way. We have some material from Bob and Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale and quite a few others that I would share with you, the 7-8 figure entrepreneur ideas, so that to speed you up depending where you're at, right? But you need to have an open mind. And Napoleon Hill in this book, in Think and Grow Rich, said, a closed mind will not inspire faith. A closed mind will not inspire faith, courage, or belief. So I want you to be here for more belief. I want you to be more courageous. I want you to take more action. I want you to really open up the channel. Belief is something what? It is like when you accept something as true. Now, you can question the information, it's all fine, but really suspend the judgment for now, right? It's all about knowing or not knowing. It's all about being in the understanding mode or in the ignorant mode, and depending where where we are in the journey. I'm ignorant about a lot of things, computers and automation and internet stuff and marketing. It's okay. I just need to learn. I just need to find the people that help me achieve that stuff. And this level of success, we're ignorant about a lot of different ideas. We just don't know, right? So we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we're doing on certain things, but there are a lot of things that you do know about. You are a specialist in them. So I'm going to help you how the universe can help you to achieve this stuff, how the law of attraction works and the law of vibration. Now you can really start auto-suggesting some things to yourself. Be very careful what you're suggesting to yourself. How many times when you hear something new, you're like, I would say, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't know how to do that. So right away, you're suggesting from yourself to yourself that you can't. It could be about money, it could be about success, it could be about position. As soon as you suggest that to yourself, you are limiting yourself. So we need to have the opposite of a closed mind. We need to have an open mind. If you want to manifest this extra income, you need this open mind. See, for a long time, most of us will have this survival mentality. And I used to have that. Now I'm sharing with you what I used to be and what I'm becoming. So closed mentality is where you think you have to work hard to earn money. Closed mentality is it's hard to achieve success. Closed mind is when it's like, there's no way we can be multimillionaires, right? Closed mind is where you don't allow a new thing to come to you or meeting strangers. So I don't care where you are right now. It doesn't matter if you're just starting, if you're just finding a job, if you're frustrated, or if you want to go to that $1 million income, right? I want you to take this information and use it to help you achieve more, okay? I want you to really get somewhere fast. And the easiest way is to really get on a coaching call to really see where you're stuck and how we can help you achieve that. And you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to go to the calendly.com El-Rassi and book a coaching call where we can set up that roadmap for you to see where you want to go. I've spoken now to hundreds of people, and I've discovered that a lot of people are pretty much the same. They're looking for one or two things, or maybe three things, right? Most of them want to be free. They want to have that sense of freedom. And most of them want to have this extra income. Now, I've also realized that very, very few are ready to get to that next level, even though we might want to be free. We want to have that, but very few of us are ready. Now, I wasn't ready before. That's why in 96, when Bob Proctor was 2-3 blocks from me, and I've heard of him in Toronto, I never resonated. I just wasn't ready. So we want this freedom, we want this money, but we're not really ready. But you're resonating today at this frequency and vibration. So your inner side is telling you, yeah, there's something here. But are you ready, right? Are you ready to be free to take that responsibility and move to that next level, right? Are you ready to get free, right? If you're not ready, you're going to continue to be in this hard work mentality, working as a slave, or slave maybe a strong word, but more like hour by hour, day by day, and waiting for that little income to show up, right? So freedom is a choice on how we live. So I want you to start deciding that you can have the freedom of life that you want. Freedom to live, thrive, to achieve. See, I don't believe we were put here on earth to suffer and struggle. So what is it that you want? And as I can, once you book that appointment, once we get on this coaching call, I'll find out a bit more of what you really want to achieve. So again, the number one thing most people want is financial freedom, to have some extra money, to have some extra food, to have some extra ability to pay the things that we want to pay. And then the time freedom, it's so that we can feel free and do what we want, right? So you can travel, you can take some vacations, so you can do what you love to do, spend time in the forest, spend time on the beach, spend time with your family, with your loved one, right? And then there's others who want this environmental freedom, right? Like from work, from home, from the people around you, but they're stuck. So there's different ways to go about this. These are a bunch of affirmations that I use on a daily basis. I don't use all of them. I use some of them depending how I'm writing my in my journal. And you can take a snapshot of this and see what resonates with you. What is it that you're missing, right? What is it that your inner side is asking for? What do you feel like, right? What kind of psychic income you want, right? That you start understanding this affirmation of what you need to be before you can have, you will find a different level of success that's needed. Now, again, I want to get into this freedom, right? This time and money freedom. Everybody wants it, but not everybody's willing. Everybody wants it, but not everybody's willing. But you have to start to believe. You have to start asking yourself this question: how good can you get? How good can you? How good are you willing to get? How much are you want to sharpening your tool set? Right. I spoke the other day on the laws of success and how you can get this money coming to and through you. Right. How good are you willing to get? How much success do you want? How much more time? How much more money? How much more freedom? See, you're going to be amazed about how much more free time you're going to have when you have to think about money. Right? Are you willing to go on this journey with me to start learning how to control your life? You see, everybody wants it, like I said, but not everybody is ready. Not everybody is willing. So you have to start thinking bigger. You have to start thinking much, much bigger. Give yourself permission to dream. And, to dream about what? To dream about the results that you want, to dream about the places that you want to go to dream as big and bold, as beautiful as you want. This world belongs to the dreamers. The world that we're in belongs to the dreamers, and your life will start to change. Now, you might not be even allowing yourself to dream because you're too scared, because you are stuck in this spot where we are right now with the results that we're in. See, every thought that we're thinking about is either expanding us or restricting us. Expanding us or restricting us. So be careful what you're thinking about. So when I start teaching you this thinking and results and start getting control of the discipline of the mind, you have to start looking at what are you thinking about all the time? Because where do these results come? Where do our results come from? Our results, where do they come from? See, every thought that we're thinking about is either expanding us or restricting us. Where do these results come from? Where are they coming from? Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. Where are the results coming from? And how do they happen? See, there's two things you must know, right? There's two things to build your business. I'm going to follow the screen right now. You know where you are, and you know where you're at. And I remember this lesson very, very clearly when I was taught. You got to know where you're at, and you got to know where you're going. It's just like the GPS. You know where you're at. You type in the address where you want to go, and it takes you where you want to go. But we don't operate like that because we're not using this amazing, marvelous mind that we have to really get it to help us. And I want to teach you this so that you can start allowing it to help you. See, it's so simple and so obvious, but so many people are stuck. So many people are not achieving the results they want to achieve. So many are not getting the results they want to get. So many are not living where they want to live. Why? If we know where we are and we know where we want to go, why are we not doing it? Why are we not doing it? Well, we're not because of several reasons. And the main one that I'm sharing with you today has to do with paradigms. Has to do with paradigm, because right now we're living in this habitual behavior, what we call a paradigm. And if you don't know what paradigm is basically where we are right now is in a paradigm. We are in this paradigm. This income we're at, the results that we're in is a certain paradigm. Is habitually we're here. The income you're making, the friends you're doing. People can time your day, can time what's going on in the house based on your paradigm. All right. And this is the most beautiful definition of a paradigm. Read it for a second. So this paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. Exclusive control over all our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. See, from when we were a kid, we were being programmed with this habitual behavior, with these ideas, and it limits us because we have this mind that is doing what it's doing to protect us, to save us, to keep us where we're at. That's why we're stuck. Now, you could be stuck at a level that you want, you could be stuck at a level that you don't want. You want to improve it somehow, right? You want to move it. So what are these paradigms? What can we do with this? How can we change this paradigm? Well, like I said, I learned about goals from Bob and how to set big goals, and we're going to get back into that in a second. But really, shifting the paradigm is really the key to get to that next level, that habitual behavior. See, we have so many of these other people's habits passed from one generation to the next, your parents, your family, where you were raised, your city, the environment. Environment is so critical. And that's why when people come to study, they come study in a group. We were studying this morning and Think and Grow Rich in a group. It's a beautiful group. We're studying the 6 course of fear. We're studying the sixth sense. And the ideas that we get in this mastermind is just incredible. Why do we do that? Because the environment matters. You're trying to do all this by yourself, and self-mentorship is just dangerous. You can't even do it, because if you have done it, you would have done it already. Okay. Now, for this to happen, you're going to have to make this decision. And for these big goals to come about, you're going to have to make a decision. What kind of decision? Well, a big kind of decision. And I'm going to share with you what kind of big decision you have to make. Let's talk a bit about this in a little deeper sense, right? So you see this thinking mind, right? So this is the idea. You're going to have a thinking mind. You're going to think of something, and you have to, this is the conscious mind. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but basically your current results are part of the condition and circumstance that you're in, right here, your current results. And people ask, how are we going to change it? What do we need to think about? What do we need to feel? Well, the feeling is the language of the subconscious mind. And once you start studying thinking and results, as you come in and start moving into this direction with us, you're going to learn how this machine works. You're going to learn how to really start thinking big. Because you can think all you want, but if you don't know how to feel, if you don't know how to impress this idea on the mind, the results are going to stay the same. Now you can be stuck anywhere anywhere in this, okay? So I want you to grasp this idea that your conscious mind has all these thoughts, has all these wants, but we need to take these wants and we need to impress them into the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind has to do with the feeling, it's the emotions. Now, this is what we call the stickman figure, and Bob Proctor called this as the best idea he heard in his life, and he talked about this every day. Pretty much every meeting we had, he used the stickman figure. When he talked to somebody, he saw them like that. And depending on what you're thinking, what you're saying, he saw if it's coming from your intellect or from your subconscious. See, this bottom part is the body. And that's where the vibrations come. You know, the subconscious mind gives the command and the ideas, and the body goes into action, and then you get some kind of results. So thoughts, feelings, and action. Thoughts, feelings, and action. As you get into my book, as you start understanding and reading this material, you're going to start realizing how you can start changing your thoughts, so you can change your feelings, so you can change your action. Most people are doing it the other way around. Most people are not doing it in this sequence. Most people are acting based on their results. Why? Because that's how we are trained to do it. We need to change. Okay. So thoughts, feelings, and action. Now, you might be thinking, am I in the right place? You know, financial success has to do a lot with being in the right place. Now, you could be in the right place, but you could be not recognizing it. So you need to become more aware. How do you become more aware? You become more aware by studying. You become more aware by studying. Studying what? Studying some mindset material, studying something big. What I'm going to share with you next, if you've been listening up to this point, if you're watching the preview or live, this is how you're really going to manifest what you want. You have to start seeing what you want on a daily basis all the time. And you have to become more aware. You have to become more aware. Now, how do you become more aware? Well, you become more aware by taking time for yourself. Now, Bob studied this for a long time, and that's why I believe, and I know, and I'm using it, that his material is one of the best in the industry. The best in the industry. There's nothing like it, because we get to the root cause. We get to the root cause of what's going on. So if you want to become more aware, to realize more opportunities and better results, you have to start studying. That's step number one. And see yourself and with that goal and want that you want. Right? You have to see yourself. Here next, we'll talk about the 3 income strategies. And I'm not going to get into the income yet, but I do want to share with you that it's really up to you to make a decision, really firm decision on what you really want. Like this is some very powerful information. Very powerful information. Because if you don't fix in your mind what you want, somebody else is doing it for you, right? Have you? When was the last time you took that time and asked yourself, you know, what do I really want? And that's lesson one in thinking into results. That's lesson one, right? But as soon as you think of that idea, right, of this goal, as soon as you think of that goal, you start seeing other things. You start uh, putting all kind of thoughts that you cannot do it, maybe, perhaps, or can I really afford it, or am I really worthy, or is this something that I really want to do, right? So Bob Proctor, when he was talking about goals, when he mentions that these goals all the time, he broke them down into a few concepts. And I'm going to share with you again these concepts. Let's share. So here we are. So when you think of what you want, right, and we get into the detail of this as we start studying, right? Right now, most people don't even have a goal. And if you stop anybody on the street right now, they probably won't even have a goal. I mean, what are you working on? Oh, I don't know. It's the end of the year. They might be thinking about New Year resolution, but most of the time, their goal is a condition or a necessity. It's like, I just need enough to pay my bill. I just need enough to get my insurance paid. I just need enough to for my car with gas, right? But we break goals into like three types: A, B, and C. And C is really where you want to be, whereas that most people are working on A or B type goal. A, basically, that's why you keep getting the same kind of results. That's why we say people are stuck. And then B type of goals are the things that you know how to do. You think you can do it. Good. If you think you can do it, you probably can do it. Now, there could be reasons why you're not doing it, and that's why we do that in the known doing gap. But we want a goal that you really, really want. We want you to get excited about life. Remember, this is about you starting living the life that you deserve, about what you really want. It's see that called a fantasy. That's why it's called a fantasy. It's something that you never had, something that you don't know how to get, and excites you at the same time. Excites you and scares you, and you've never had it at the same time. Because if you can get it, you just go and get it, but you don't know how. But I don't need to know how. When you study the lessons with me, we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to do that. That's the beautiful part of this material, right? So I want to go back to this idea of this conscious mind and subconscious mind. We're going to get this idea here to your conscious mind of what you really want, okay? And we're going to impress it onto your subconscious mind, and then subconscious mind is going to give the body the command as to what to do. And then you're going to start getting some kind of results. Now, the environment and what's happening around you, right, it's going to give you ideas. You're always busy with what's happening with the data. But as you study, as you start getting focused, as you spend time with us, you're going to learn how to reduce this noise. You're going to learn how to help get the subconscious mind to help you. Subconscious mind is so powerful because it's connected to this infinite amount of knowledge. It's part of the wisdom that's available, right? You keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting the same results. If you want to change things, you have to have an open mind. When I first heard this, I'm like, what the heck is that? Doesn't even make sense. I still study it every day. And again, Bob Proctor said this is probably one of the best ideas he's ever heard in his whole coaching career. He uses it all the time. So I'm going to teach it to you. Okay. And as we study this, we start learning about the higher mental faculties, what we call the perception, the imagination, memory, will, intuition, reason. What is that for? Well, if you start thinking, right, if you start thinking of something that you want, you might not even have the full picture, but you can use your imagination, like when you were a baby, to imagine how it's going to look like. How do you think Richard Branson went all the way up with this rocket ship? How do you think this iPhone happened and became a reality, right? How did Apple become the #1 company for phones, right? How did all these ideas happen? These computers that we use, the internet. People had imagination, right? People have some kind of intuition and gut feeling as to what action to take next. So we're going to teach you how to do that. Let's see what else I'm going to share with you here. All right, this is a very interesting picture. This is why most people are stuck. Again, we're getting too much into the weeds of the presentation, but that's all good, and then we'll wrap up. Most people are stuck because they are looking at their results, thinking of their results, keep getting the same thoughts, keep getting the same feelings, and taking the furthest kind of action. This is how you're stuck at that 95% of the people. This is how you're stuck at that pay, at that job, at that, and you're frustrated and not feeling good. Whereas we need to change. And this is all in my book, by the way. So once you go to my book, you're gonna see this, explain in a little more detail. Okay. But the best thing is really to book an appointment and come and study it with us, because that's really how you're gonna get it. Now, you want to think of what you want. You want to get into the feelings of what's it like to have that house, to have that relation, to have that business, to have that money, to have that income, to have that time freedom. And that feeling from your subconscious mind is going to give you ideas what kind of action to take. And these actions are going to give you some results. And we keep going through that. So I don't operate from my results. I operate from my thinking. It's going to take time to think. Now, most people don't want to think. Okay? Most people don't want to think. Most people don't want to think, and that's why they are stuck where they're stuck. That's why they are stuck where they're stuck. Most people don't want to think. And I want you to start thinking. I want you to start having the things that you want to have. I want you to start having everything that I have. Now, why is that? Because it's available. And because if I can do it, you can do it. That's the magic, right? See, if I can do it, you can do it, right? And how we do it, most people are asking how. This is through thinking into results. It's through studying this material with us. It doesn't need to take long. You're probably stuck in one of these areas. Either you don't have a real goal, or you have a persistence issue where you don't do what you know how to do, or you're not using your imagination properly, or you're too scared, or your environment is very negative, which is where we teach you how to change that and improve that. Or you don't have a good attitude on life and you're not great, you don't have a good routine, right? Or you're not even a leader. And if you are a business owner, you want to grow your business and people keep coming and leaving, why do you think that's happening? If you're a leader and you're listening to this and you can't keep people working for you, why do you think that is? It's because you're not that good of a leader. There's some things missing. People are looking for a lot more than paycheck right now. They say 30% of the people are just quietly quitting. Another 30% just show up and just they're there, you tell them what to do and they do it. Right? So you have to become that valuable leader in your business, the most valuable person, right? How do you help everybody change? How do you help everybody improve, right? And then mastermind, being in a group in a rich environment where we study this material, that's what you need. That's what I want to teach you. That's what I want to coach you on. Once you start having all this in your hand, you can have it in your phone by tonight. So if this resonates with you, if this is something you want to do, reach out, and let's have a quick conversation to how you can have it, how you can start really accomplishing what you want to accomplish. This just doesn't need to take long, right? We know where you're at and you know where you want to go, but it's not happening. You know where you're at, you know where you want to go, and if not, we're going to clarify that. And it's not happening. So why not open up your mind and let somebody help you? Because this goal that you want is not that far away. It can happen very, very quick, without anxiety, with calm and ease, doing what you love. We're just at a different frequency and vibration. And we're going to get more into that tomorrow. How you know where you're at and you're going to go where you want to go. And it's just at a different frequency and vibration, right? We're going to get more into the detail of that. So happy, healthy, and wealthy. Happy, healthy, and wealthy. So we do it with thinking into results. If this has excited you, if this is something that you want to explore further, stick around, invite your friends, come back tomorrow, same time. We're going to speak a little bit more about it. This program is designed to really change your mindset for the better. But you're going to have to make that decision. You have to make that decision to change and improve your life. So this is how we do it. When people come to our coaching program, this is what they get. They come, most of them, they spend 6 months. A lot of them in 2-3 months, they'll have what they want. And you get lifetime access to the material, closed Facebook group. You can read the detail. It's basically all I want you to do is just book an appointment. All I want you to do, book an appointment to see if we can help you. Because if we can't help you, right? But I do believe we can. I do believe we can. I have a very strong feeling that we can. If you're listening this far, I know we can, right? Book an appointment, and this is the link. No one is left behind. Book an appointment. Don't worry about what's going to happen and this and how, because that's you're worrying about the future. Worry and doubt and indecision is actually really, really bad, really bad for you. So we don't want you to do that. Now, I want to finish by listening to this quick recording, which is really going to explain a couple of things as to how you, with a little bit of mentorship, can really start achieving everything that you want. Just a little bit of mentorship. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. So you can start creating that desire that you want, right? So you can start figuring it out, right? So let's find it. Just finding the link. So here we go. I'm going to put it here in the Facebook group. Okay.
A house or a laptop?
Hold on.
Which one do you think is worth more? Well, definitely not the house, because it not only costs millions to buy, but you also have. I was kind of at this point in my life where I spinning my wheels, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I bartended till like 4 a.m. I lived in a 5th floor walk up with my brother. I went to one of Bob's workshops, and he'd gotten to know me because I kind of was hanging around a little bit. And he knew I had trained for the Olympics, and he was doing a portion on decision making. And he said to me, "Where is that sailor guy?" And I was like, and he's like, "Stand up." And he said, "Why aren't you going for the Olympics?" And this was like beginning of '99. The Olympics were in 2000. I hadn't thought about going to the Olympics. I was like, I had been done. I missed the team. I was like, I'm not going to the Olympics. Well, Bob was doing a 2-day workshop, and this portion was on decision making. He said, "Look, I want you to go home, sleep on it, come back in the morning and tell us if you're going to go for the gold medal." I didn't sleep that night. I started thinking about, what am I doing? I'm bartending till 4 a.m. I'm like trying to make ends meet as a model actor dude. It's not working. I was like, I have this gift of sailing. I should go sail. I go back to the workshop the next day, and Bob says, "Where's Peter?" And I stand up. Bob had this guy who won the decathlon in 1956 named Milt Campbell next to him on stage. And Milt stood up and he said, "I'm going to coach you." I packed up my apartment in New York. I got on a plane. I rented a car out there. I shipped my boat. I got a van, threw my boat on top, and I started sailing. And in 2000, I became a member of the United States sailing team, something I wouldn't have done if I hadn't made that decision. I finished the Olympics. I made the U.S. team, which was great. But when the sailing was over, I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go back to New York and be the model actor bartender dude? And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do it. And I decided to pick up a camera. It led into something huge, and it's been great. I'm now considered the premier headshot photographer in the world, and I just wrote a book called The Headshot, and I've been shooting headshots since about 2002, and I coach over 9,000 photographers on headshot photography worldwide, and I have photographers that are my associates in all areas of the globe. So it's been amazing. My purpose is to pull a human expression out of everybody that I shoot that's authentic, reactive, and based on trust. And that's what I try and do every day. I had been away from the concepts that Bob was teaching for a while, and I had been introduced to his coaching program. It was amazing. It did everything that I needed to do to get reinvigorated and get going again and start to create these goals for myself and look at my life in a different way and try and figure out how to get these multiple sources of income going. When I trained for the Olympics, we had a sports psychologist work for us, and we were doing goal setting and stuff like that. And I was doing visualization, and it was all this stuff that I was doing that I didn't know what I was doing. The first seminar that Bob did that I sat into, it was like a light bulb. It was like an epiphany. It was like, boom, oh my God, all this stuff that he's talking about. I think I was doing, I wasn't aware that I was doing it, but I was already kind of in that mindset and in that mode. Being more aware of it made things click a lot faster and made me be able to be successful in it, in all the endeavors that I really went for. Maybe shooting their head, but I'm aiming for their heart. And if I can teach people how to behave in front of a camera and be better and capture an image that they're really proud of themselves, that's a huge deal. And that's what I do every day right here.
So sweet, so awesome. And you can have that too, right? You can have that kind of feeling in your job. You can have that kind of feeling in your passion. You can have that kind of responsive, that kind of trust through the material. What we have is incredible, and it's really up to you to step into your greatness. So with that, like I said, come back tomorrow. We will have more for you, and just book an appointment. And if this resonates with you and you want to speed things up, here's the basically the page, and no one's left behind is the motto. Let's make it happen. A few more days before the holidays. If we this encouraged you and you saw something you like, come back and invite a friend. Talk to you soon. Thank you.